Ethan Lawson was the visionary behind Snackers, a beloved restaurant chain known for its inviting atmosphere and delicious yet affordable meals. Despite his immense success, Ethan remained a down-to-earth individual who valued hard work and treating people with dignity. Having grown up with financial struggles, he never forgot what it meant to go without a meal. That's why, despite his demanding schedule, he often visited his restaurants in disguise, not just to assess the food and service, but to truly understand the experiences of both his customers and employees. One Friday evening, Ethan decided to visit one of his establishments on the outskirts of town. Wearing a plain jacket and jeans, he blended in with the crowd. No one would have guessed that the casually dressed man waiting in line was actually the multimillionaire CEO whose dream had turned a single eatery into a national sensation. The restaurant was alive with activity, families enjoying lively conversations, couples savoring intimate dinners, and employees moving efficiently through the bustling space. Ethan observed with quiet satisfaction, noting the warmth with which his staff welcomed each guest. This was the essence of what he had always envisioned, a place where everyone felt at home. As he stood in line, a hushed conversation caught his attention. Two young boys, no older than 8 or 9, whispered anxiously behind him. Their clothes were worn and their faces pale with hunger. "Do you think we have enough for one burger?" the older boy, Mason, asked nervously. The younger one, his little brother Oliver, held up a handful of small coins. "I don't know. Maybe we can share." Ethan's heart clenched. Their words resonated deeply with him. He had been in their shoes once, unsure where his next meal would come from. He turned slightly, careful not to draw attention, but their difficult situation kept Ethan's thoughts going. Memories of his own childhood surfaced, long nights spent with an empty stomach, watching his mother struggle to put food on the table. He remembered the shame of wearing the same tattered clothes to school, the embarrassment of accepting free meals from kind strangers. Those moments had shaped him, fueling his drive to succeed and never having to worry about money ever again. Due to his many voluntary traineeships that he carried out when he was young, he learned from several entrepreneurs to create his own brand. When Ethan reached the counter, he placed his order. As he waited, he discreetly observed the boys. They had finally stepped up to the register, nervously counting their change. "Can we get one cheeseburger, please?" Mason asked hesitantly. The cashier, a young woman named Rachel, glanced at the coins before offering a sympathetic smile. "I'm really sorry, but that's not enough." Oliver tugged at his brother's sleeve. "Let's go. We'll try again another time." Before they could turn away, Ethan stepped forward. "Hey, Rachel, add 2 full meals to my order. Make sure they get everything they want." The boys stared at him, wide-eyed. "Sir, you don't have to do that," Mason murmured. Ethan smiled reassuringly. "It's no trouble at all. Everyone deserves a warm meal." After a moment of hesitation, the boys nodded, their gratitude evident in their eyes. Rachel quickly prepared their food, and they sat in a corner, eating with a hunger that told Ethan they hadn't had a proper meal in days. As Ethan ate his own dinner, he kept a watchful eye on them. Something about their situation tugged at him. Once they finished, Mason cautiously approached. "Thank you, sir. We haven't had much to eat lately." Ethan set down his drink. "Where are your parents?" Mason hesitated before answering. "Our mom passed away last year. Our dad's trying, but he lost his job. It's been hard." Ethan felt a familiar ache in his chest. He knew that kind of pain, the uncertainty, the fear of what tomorrow might bring. "Do you come here often?" Ethan asked. Mason shook his head. "Number, we usually just watch through the window. This is our favorite place, but—" His voice trailed off, embarrassed. Ethan reached into his wallet and pulled out a card. "Take this. Whenever you're hungry, bring this card here. The staff will take care of you. No questions asked." Tears welled in Mason's eyes. "Why are you helping us?" Ethan smiled gently. "Because once upon a time, someone helped me, too." The next day, Ethan called a meeting with his staff. He asked Rachel about the boys and learned that they lived in a struggling neighborhood nearby. Determined to do more, Ethan decided to visit their community himself. What he saw was heartbreaking: families barely scraping by, children playing in worn-out shoes, parents desperately searching for work. He knew he couldn't change everything overnight, but he could make a difference. Inspired, he launched Snackers Cares, a program dedicated to providing free meals to those in need and offering employment opportunities to struggling families. But he didn't stop there. Ethan personally reached out to Mason and Oliver's father, offering him a job at the restaurant. A week later, Snackers held a community event to celebrate the launch of the program. Families gathered for a warm meal, and Ethan stood on stage, addressing the crowd. "This restaurant is more than just a business," he said. "It's a place where people should feel valued, safe, and cared for. I know what it means to struggle, to wonder if life will ever get better, but I also know that a little kindness can change everything." The audience erupted into applause, and Mason and Oliver watched in amazement as their father shook hands with Ethan. From that day forward, Snackers became more than just a dining spot. It became a beacon of hope. And while most never knew the CEO's role in their transformation, Ethan didn't mind. For him, the real reward was seeing the smiles of those who had once known only hardship. As for Mason and Oliver, their lives took a turn for the better. Their father became a respected employee, and they did not have to worry so much about their next meal. Whenever they visited the restaurant, they always made sure to thank the kind man who had given them a chance. And Ethan, he continued his undercover visits, always searching for the next opportunity to make a difference. That's today's story, folks. I hope it touched your heart. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more inspiring stories. See you in the next one.